Hi everybody, it's Abigail Ogwell here and welcome back to another WIP and Chat. Now if you're new here, WIP stands for Work in Progress. I am working today on my Drills and Chills project, which is Angelique. And yeah, get out whatever it is you're working on and work along with me, and I will give you some stories. So, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing really well. It is currently, I think, about 8:30 my time. I've been so tired the last couple of days that I haven't really felt up to filming. So yeah, this may possibly be a shorter WIP and Chat than normal. I know like last week was a shorter one, but that was, you know, hadn't been there for a while, so that was me getting back into the swing of it. So, bring you guys down. There we go. Oh, okay. One of my earrings has got caught in my hair and has come out. So since doing this channel and getting used to sort of cutting my projects in half, I have found I can't actually work on massive sort of sections like I used to. You know, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, it is a bit like, wow. the changes we make in life. You know, the things that happen in diamond painting. So, I should give you an FYI about this pen. Oh, that way. So this pen is from Bisto Blanks. And it is obviously a cat on a pumpkin, which reminds me of my cat, Midnight. So the moon, there was meant to be a bat, but when the blank was curing, the bat decided to fly away, as the owner put it. I got this last year and it's just so chunky for me that I just basically I find it easier just to sort of, you know, just to not really use it. But it's Drills and Chills, and I've decided that, you know, once a year I will probably break out this pen. So about this time you'll probably see so this time next year, my pen will be coming back. So yeah, but you never know. I might sort of grow into using a chunkier pen. However, there's a reason I don't like using it, and that's just because I've got a callus like right here where my finger rests, which is part of the reason why I don't like using it. But anyway, enough of that. So, yeah, summer holidays have now finished. I do have, actually, my first story is actually holidays related. So, I know I've said this in the past. I work in a cinema for a well-known cinema chain that is currently in a little bit of trouble at the moment financially. Don't worry, we're all fine. Don't worry. When I start panicking, that's when basically all of you guys can start panicking. But yeah, the fact that, you know, I'm as calm as a cucumber about it, and you know, I'm not saying, you know, that we're all being made redundant, you know, that's a good thing, right? Positive. So last week was the last official week of the summer holidays. You know, it was fairly quiet for the most part, but last Monday, oh God. So last Monday I was in the office with my manager, Dan, and I was just doing my work as I normally would, just, you know, getting on with it, la 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 la. And we saw, and there were We got a knock on the office door from one of our staff saying, oh, there are some boys, you know, in a screen that are misbehaving. You know, we have spoken to them and everything. So yeah, it was to the point that we were like, right, now we've got to ask them to leave. Normally this would not be an issue. However, at the cinema that I work at, we have a lot of trouble with gypsies and travellers. You know, we've had them coming, stealing stock. I know I mentioned last week about a couple coming in and getting a combo, but not paying for it. Sorry, I think I've got an eyelash in my eye, so my eye's getting a little bit irritated. But anyway, so yeah, there were about, I want to say there were about 6 of them. I know there was quite a big group of them. I think there were about 5 or 6 of them actually, thinking back. But yeah, Dan pulled them out, and then they were like, oh, I've got to go get my friend, I've got to go get this, I've got to go get that. So I went into the screen just to make sure that, you know, they were all behaving, you know, just to make sure that they weren't gonna start monkeying about, basically. And sort of try and run up and down the aisles and try and cause havoc. And then, as sort of the rest of the rabble, I will call them a rabble, were getting out of the cinema, getting out of the screen, one of them said that they wanted to... One of them wanted to do something sexual to me. And, you know, I should have really reported it to Dan, because then we could have got the police involved. But it's like, you know, from working for this company for the last 5 years, I know that they're all mouth and no trousers. So, you know, I can tell you, if they had tried to do the thing that this guy said he was going to do, he would have literally got living hell. Because the moment that they touch us, so say if they hit us, or they lay hands on us in any way and try and do anything, that's the moment that we can hit back. But the thing is, they know that we can't touch them. But I don't think they know that we can't touch them until they do something. So, yeah, I was kind of in the back of my mind. Always when I'm having to, like, deal with these situations, and they say something like, oh, I'm gonna do this. And we have had travellers threatening to stab members of staff, which obviously is scary, and that's always, you know, they're thrown out. We were throwing them out anyway, so I was like... So I was like, you know, I don't really care that this guy, you know, said this thing to me. Because, you know, I knew he wasn't going to do it. And if he tried to do it, I would have been completely justified to hit him, basically. And if they tried to get their family involved, yeah, we'd have the police waiting for them, and there would be hell. So, yeah. Me and Dan, we kicked them out. They went to the bowling alley next to us, But yeah, we told our staff, you know, that if the group of boys came back to you know, let us know if they tried to run screens, stop them. I even said to one of our guys, I don't care if you jump over the counter to stop them. Just stop them. So yeah, that was really the only like major event that happened like that week in terms of sort of drama. Well actually it wasn't like the like a big thing, but yeah, that was like the sort of the most entertaining part of my my life, you know, when things like that happen and I come and help back up the managers. You know, I always like it because it does get me out of the office. So it's always a nice thing to do. And we're always just like, goodbye. But yeah. No, I've just got no patience. I just don't have time for them. So it's like if they say something that's going to try and hurt me, once upon a time, I can tell you for a fact I would have reacted like you do that and I will hit you. But often I've found that my best tool is silence and just pretending that I didn't hear it or just ignore them. And that is honestly my best tool. I mean, yes, I'm tiny. There's all 5 foot of me. But I will pack a punch. If I need to protect myself, I will pack a punch. I will basically, I know I've said it in the past, I have borderline personality disorder. I will just let all the voices in my head just come out and I will just lose complete control of myself. I haven't sort of got to that point that I have lost complete control of myself yet, but, you know, if sort of say that happened and a customer did try to touch me or do anything inappropriate, then yeah, I'd be straight there. I would be like, alright, you have no idea what you've just done. But no, most of the time I'm very approachable, I'm very friendly. Yeah. We had one of our regular members of our club come back. So there is a woman. She comes in every single day. And she has a little companion with her. She has what's his name? She has a little cuddly toy of Panda from Kung Fu, of Po from Kung Fu Panda, who was called Panda. That is what she calls him. And, you know, this lady has some kind of learning disability. You know, there are a lot of things that are wrong with this lady, but she is absolutely lovely. And a few weeks ago, there was a situation involving this lady where she had some kind of fit that possibly went on for about... We don't really know how long she was fitting for because nobody told us until sort of, I think, possibly an hour into the film. Someone just came out and went, oh yeah, there's a woman having a fit in there. And we were like, what? So, my manager, James, he paused the film, he stopped the film and said, sorry, we're going to have to stop the film. You know, you will get a refund, which, you know, is fine. And people did try and blast us on social media about it. But yeah, this lady, she came back last week. I'm very close to this lady. You know, I care about this lady probably a lot more than I should. That's a lot more. With this lady, I will make a habit to sit down and talk to her. And she will tell me what's going on in her life. And yeah, but yeah, the last sort of couple of years, she's started to have these fits. She's not epileptic, but she is, you know, it does make her deteriorate. Like, you know, she gets in bad mood, she'll hit herself. And well, she came back last week and I gave her the biggest hug and started crying with her. Like going, oh, we missed you, how are you, da 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 da. And then partway through the film that she was watching, now this woman, you know, she hasn't had the best memory, but she couldn't remember where the church that she goes to every week was. And it's actually at the end of our road, and and it's like, at first we thought, oh, well, we'll give her a map. But it was like, you know, she needed somebody to take her down and show her where it was. So I was like, well, I'm not really doing anything at the moment. So how about I go with you? Let me go grab a hoodie and we'll go find it together. So, yeah, we went down. We found it. Poor thing, she was so confused. She was like going, are you sure we're going the right way? Sort of in the space of 5 minutes. And I was like, yeah, we're going the right way, Jenny. Sorry, yeah, we're going. Well, that's the name of the lady. The lady, her name is Jenny. And I was like, yep, we're going the right way, Jenny. It's okay. I had the little sat nav on. And I was talking, and yeah, no, I was fine with her until near the end, where she completely freaked out and she bit her arm. And I was like, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh gosh, what have I done? Have I just put myself into danger? Is she going to lash out? She's never lashed out at me. Never. And that was sort of the only time I thought, is this lady gonna lash out at me? And yeah, no, she didn't lash out. You know, I was like, it's okay, it's okay. So we found the church. It really wasn't that far away from us. And yeah, no, she was grateful. We walked back to the cinema. And yeah. And yeah, that was that. It was quite nice though to get out of the office for a bit. You know, yeah, I know some people be like, oh, well, you really shouldn't have done that, da 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 da. And it's like, look, I know that's not part of my job, but when it's sort of a customer that you've known all your sort of working years that you've been at a certain company, you kind of sort of are a bit like, you know, and you sort of build up that relationship and that rapport with a customer. You know, it really, you know, you really kind of do get to a point that it's like, okay, I will go above and beyond. She's the only customer that I will really let hug me. And I wouldn't normally let a customer hug me, but she does get very emotional and she does need a hug at times. But, oh, poor lady. She like, I think within the space of 2 minutes, she asked twice when I finished, and I told her. And she kept asking me, is there something wrong with me? And it was like, Jenny, To me, there's nothing wrong with you, but I'm not a doctor. And seeing her like that really broke my heart. You know, over the last 5 years, she's definitely deteriorated in her mental capacity to the point that, you know, some members of staff have been like, someone needs to be coming in with her. And I do agree with that. However, she doesn't want that. She does not want that. And it's like, you know, what can you do if she doesn't want that? And, you know, they can't find a way to feasibly have somebody with her 24/7, then, you know, there's really nothing that you can do. And, yeah. And even the place that... she's in assisted living anyway, but the place that she's living, I think they're talking about moving her to somewhere that she can get more help. Which, you know, I understand and everything. But it's like, how much freedom is she going to be able to have? Is there going to be somebody that's going to be with her? You know, I just don't know. I really don't know. It's like, you know, are they going to move her somewhere that's really far away? Are we not going to see her anymore? It's, yeah. It really is quite upsetting. But no, I was very pleased to see her, and yeah, you know, I hope she's okay and everything. She wasn't in today, you know, which makes me worry, but she might be visiting family or something. But anyway, but enough of that. Enough of me virtually crying my eyes out. But, you know, I just happen to be a very sensitive soul. And that's the thing, if, like, someone tells me something and they just need someone to listen, I will listen. You know, I've had people tell me really deep, personal stuff. And, you know, they've been like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm just, if you need to get this out, then I'm just going to listen. I will just listen. And yeah. That's sort of really all you can do. Just sort of, if someone needs a helping hand, all you can do is just sit and listen. Because you never know what they're going through in their personal life. Anyway, that was that. Did anything else happen? So, I'll go on to last Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday. So, I think I mentioned this, I can't remember, but I have been taking over slowly the retail stuff. So that basically involves me, getting rid of checking what stuff that we've damaged off and making sure it's right. If there are any, you know, sort of things that need to be amended, to let a manager know so they can fix it. And pop it right on the system. But so last Wednesday was sort of really, I sort of basically did it by myself completely. There was one thing that I did need Dan to help me with. But it was just a really simple thing after that. It was fine. And then when I got all the sort of stuff, because I had to back catalogue for, I think it was about 2 months. So there was a lot of things I had to put through the till. And yeah, I actually ended up staying about 8 hours for about half an hour after my shift, which by that time took it into an 8-hour shift. But yeah, that thing had to be done. So, you know, I did that. I muddled through it initially. But yeah, I think I did okay. I think I did okay. You know, even Ben, I saw this morning an thing from Ben saying, you know, oh, well done on doing all those scannables today. Like on Wednesday, you did a good job. But next time, do this in future, which is, you know, that's completely fine. You know, we all have to start somewhere. You know, I'm not going to suddenly, like, just start and be the most, and just be perfect at everything, you know, that's never going to happen. Where is it? Where is that number? Sorry, my thing's kind of a little bit of an angle. There it is. Just because otherwise I'd have to keep opening the case and it would keep flapping on here, and that would just be really annoying. But anyway. Yeah, so like I say, I ended up leaving. I think I ended up leaving, like clocking out, I think, at about 5:45 off the top of my head, and I was meant to finish at 5:15 that day. But I was like, you know, if there's a job that you know needs to be done, I wasn't going to be the idiot, the annoying person and say, oh, I finished now, you need to finish this, because it's like, that's not the manager's job anymore. It's my job. And that's the thing, that's the good thing about me doing the admin is, like, part of my role is to take off some of the stress of the manager's jobs for them. So, Ben, who is the main manager, has given me a lot more responsibility. You know, it's like, and they wanted to put my hours up. He said, how would you feel about that? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So, yeah, that's basically, you know, while the managers are dealing with managerial things, you know, I'm there sort of doing the things that they were doing. But, so it's kind of like I say, I'm basically the manager's underpaid PA. But, you know, I don't mind that. But no, we are down to 2 managers at the moment. Ow. Sorry, I think something just bit my ankle. There's no bite mark, so obviously it's probably just an insect or something. Insects don't tend to bite me. They don't like me. They do not like me at all. Sorry about that. What was I going on? Oh yes, I was going on about yeah, we're now only down to 2 managers because James left over the weekend for another site. Sadly, me and Josh didn't get to say goodbye because we were up in Cardiff. I'll get into that in a minute. I will sort of, you know, skip forward in time to yesterday, which was Monday. So I went horse riding, as I always do, and yeah, it was a really nice day yesterday, because I had booked 4 days off, so I was off from Friday to Monday, so I came back today. And I actually had quite a bit to do. When I came back, I found Ben was not happy that the TLs had basically decided not to do the compliance thing. So therefore, if they check us, they'll be like, oh, well, you're non-compliant on this one. Why was that? And so he's thinking that maybe on days, on sort of, if say I'm not there on a Friday to do it, he feels like he can't leave it up to the team leaders and stuff to do it. Because it's like, you know, it was, you know, when you have time, please do it. And because we've been so quiet, you know, there really was no excuse for them not to have done it on Friday. Friday was probably like any other day that it's been really quiet. And of course, now we're opening, I think, about 3 on weekdays. So yeah, you know. It is a bit, But, yeah, so I was doing a lot of work that should have been done on Friday when I was away. But like I say, I went horse riding on Monday, yesterday, and I had my boy, I had Popcorn, who, you know, he's a sweet boy. However, he is getting up there with Buzz with the amount of accidents I've had with him. So, poor boy, it's not his fault. It's not his fault in the slightest, but he is very sensitive. Sorry, I think I've spilled Coke in this or something. So, yeah, you know, it's no fault of his own. But he's very sensitive around his girth area. So often if you try to do his girth, he will bite you. He will try and bite you. I have been nipped a few times by him. You know, I just won't do his girth when he's in the stall, because I know he will turn around and bite me. And, you know, he nearly bit me before the lesson. You know, I was just giving him fuss, and I think I got a little bit too close to his mouth, and he decided he was going to try and bite my fingers, which is a no-no area. If you ask me, it is a big no-no area, because last time, I didn't actually share this on the channel. I don't know if I've still got the photo. I think I do, but last time I got bitten by Popcorn. He actually bit, so he bit these 2 fingers, and he just would not let go. And he actually broke, he hairline fractured this part, this finger joint, which, you know, it hurt like hell. It was kind of, you know, I sort of, you know, at work I was like thinking something's not right. And, you know, the next day it still hadn't settled down. This was like last month, I think. Or it might have even been the month before. I can't remember. But it was like, oh, man. But it was like, I was giving him his treat, so he got a little bit overexcited. But I was like, okay, something's not right. And I mean, this is the thing, I knew what had happened, you know, that evening. I knew he'd hairlined it deep down, because I have hairline fractured my fingers more times than I care to count. You know, I know the feeling. So, you know, I saw him the next week after it, and, you know, we were talking to him and Sally was going, yeah, you owe Abigail a big apology. And he like saw my 2 fingers taped together, and he was like, I think I did a boo-boo. But yeah. Yeah, no, the taping of my fingers only lasted a week. Because it's like, I really only had them taped when they were at work. Because it was like, you know, that was the place that I would have the most stress. And because I type a lot in my job, I type a lot. It's, you know, sometimes I do just need that tape. I did just need like a little band-aid, should we say. But no, we were doing a lot of work on sort of controlling him, because the previous week when I wrote Popcorn, I noticed that he had a hot spot that there was like on his right side. I'm pretty sure it was his right side, yeah, but it felt hot, and I could feel the heat through my sock, and I thought, that's not right. That's not right. I can, you know, I often feel his heat, but this was like ridiculous. This was like burning. You know, well, it wasn't burning. This was kind of like like I had a hot water bottle around my ankle. But I thought, if that is what I'm feeling, if that's what it feels to me, then it's probably going to feel like it's burning him. Because, yeah, last week he just would not go off his right canter lead. And, you know, at first, like I say, there were a lot of people that there were kids that were doing, you know, horse riding camp at the stable that I work. At the stable that I ride at. Gosh, I wish I worked there. And at first I thought, oh, it's that. He's getting confused. He's, you know, he's paying attention because of the kid. He's paying attention to the kids, but no, it was a sort of a hot spot. And this week, I think it's because I was like touching that to sort of see how it felt, and it was still really hot. So I think that was probably why he tried to turn and bite me, to be honest. And in all fairness, I don't blame him. But no, when we were getting him out, he tried to bite both me and Sally, my instructor. And because he like swung for her first, and then swung for me, and I just went, oi! And just narrowly missed. And Sally was like, did he bite you? I was like, nah, just missed. But it's like, you know, he is a sweet horse when he's not trying to bite me. You know, I love him. I love him so much, but, you know. He's just, you know, he's just a very sensitive boy. He's sensitive. But I think it was, oh gosh. Sorry, I know I'm like going back and forth with this story about Popcorn and him having his hotspot, but I think that was probably part of it. But yeah, we lunged him, and that really seemed to not sort of make him so stiff on that side. It really seemed to improve. But, you know, that side, it was still hot, but it wasn't as hot as it was when sort of he'd just been standing in his stall. And it was really nice because I got to untack him after. But no, I will show you the clips that Sally took of me riding yesterday, and I will pop them in right here.
Think, breathe, relax. That's it, lovely. And relaxing your legs down. That's it again. Think, lean back, relax. Super. That's it. Relax back, relax, relax. Good. Super. Think, lean back, because that helps you most. Really good. And then when you're ready, you do a downward transition.
So yeah, as you can see, he's lovely. And that lesson yesterday was all about control, basically saying, we know that you're fast, because he is. He can be whizzy when he wants to be. But, you know, we just need you to slow down. We just need you to control yourself. And yeah. Yeah, no, I still won't let him really properly take from my hands. I'm still nervous just because of that last time. But yeah, no, he's a sweet boy. He's a sweet boy. So I guess I should get on to my weekend in Cardiff. So this weekend, I took Josh up to Cardiff because it was... So both me and Josh love wrestling. I used to not really like wrestling. I used to not pay attention to it. You know, it was like, oh, I don't want to see, like, people fighting each other. Ugh, that sounds gross. Ugh. But then it was, something happened in 2019. And Josh was watching NXT TakeOver War Games. And it was the first ever, like, women's war game match ever. And I was sort of, you know, I was like waiting. You know, I know I was diamond painting. I can't remember what I was doing, but I thought, oh gosh, okay. But I think we both off the next day. And then it's like, I turn and I see this woman. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this person? And then I watch her get in the ring. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Who is this person? I have to know who this person is. That person, of course, being Rhea Ripley. And before anybody asks, yes, she was there. So at the moment, her storyline is she's with a team called Judgment Day. So they were doing a tag team Judgment Day, which the two men in it, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, against two sort of legends, Rey Mysterio and WWE Hall of Famer Edge. And oh, it was an amazing night because I got us tickets that were quite close to the ring. You know, we weren't sort of in that first lot that was like really close, but we were sort of in the bit behind. We were in section D and we were like right in the middle, so yeah. But no, we had a really good view. We had a really good night. There were a few matches that we kind of thought, oh, yeah, that could have been done a lot better, but yeah, it was just such a fun night. So if you watch it, if you're into wrestling, we saw Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan. That wasn't the best match. Shayna should have won that. You know, I know these are all like predetermined, but yeah. I think it's kind of, we all want sort of Shayna to sort of, you know, come back into that spot that she was in NXT. Because that first War Games match was Team Rhea Ripley versus Team Shayna Baszler. But yeah, no, it was a great night. So saw Roman Reigns and versus Drew McIntyre. We were sad that Drew didn't win. Also, Tyson Fury was there. They've just signed him to WWE, so that's going to be interesting to see how a boxer transfers to WWE. Am I out of focus? No, I am in focus. There was also the pre-show. There was a match. It was a triple threat tag team match. Austin Theory and Heavy Machinery versus Street Profits, and I've forgotten the other guy's name. But yeah, no, that was quite fun because we didn't know that there was going to be a pre-show match. So yeah, then there was a 6-woman tag team, which was the actual proper kickoff. So you had Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss versus a new faction called Damage Control, which consisted of Bailey, Io Shirai, or Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. And yeah, it was really fun. Then what was there? It was Gunther versus Sheamus, I think. Then it was Liv versus Shayna, I think. And then it was my favourite match of the night, which was Judgment Day versus Edge and Rey Mysterio. And this is the thing, at one point, Rhea was like sort of on our sort of side and people were like standing up, and I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, what the hell? So I just stood up and did like the thing she used to do when she was before Judgment Day, and she saw me and kind of took a double take, and I was like, yeah, basically, Rhea Ripley is she's so beautiful. That is my girl crush. She's the person that made me realise I was actually bi. And do I care? No. No, I don't care. Sorry, I'm just trying to find that all the way. But the top, this is not the easiest thing to do. So yeah, then it was that, and then what was the match after? I can't actually remember what the match after it was. I'm really trying to think now. I'm gonna have to go through my pictures to see. Oh yes, it was Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins, which is all right. And then it was the main event, which was Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. You know, we all you know wanted Drew to win, but sadly it wasn't to be. But you know, it was a really fun night, and yeah, but getting up there was a pain in the butt. So trains were delayed. As a result, we missed our connection from Southampton that would take us up to Cardiff. So that took us an hour and a quarter behind schedule. So I will be claiming back on the rail service for that, and if they try to tell me that there was no issues, I will be basically turning around and showing them my photographic evidence that yes, there were issues. And that, yeah, that is behind. But anyway, I think that's everything. I'm just going to zoom you out so you can see. See, that bit is what we've done today. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button, and also leave a comment if you'd like. I always love reading them when you do leave a comment. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everybody.